Hi, I'm Christina from BCTV, and today I'm at the Canadian Advanced Technology Association's Women in Technology Symposium on Entrepreneurship. That's the CATA WIT Symposium on Entrepreneurship. And we're very excited because we've seen women and men here of high quality from different companies, especially those in the technology sectors, VCs, angels, and others interested in the VC and startup community, and they'll be exchanging ideas and challenging each other. We'll also have the opportunity to meet with a few of them during our VCTV videocast. So let's go in and see what's going on.
Et tout d'un coup, se rendu compte qu'il y avait des opportunités dans le marché. Et il était notre plus gros pourvoyeur de fonds. Mais la confiance. Les femmes, là, beaucoup trop de femmes entrepreneurs arrivent avec ça d'épais de plan d'affaires, ça d'épais d'annexes, de même, OK, de papier, puis d'analyse, puis de check, cross-check, de tout ça. Mais pas assez de business, pas assez de réseautage, pas s'entourer des bonnes personnes, trop technique papier, trop analyste, pas assez stratégique.
On va nous parler de ça plus tard, mais il y a des investisseurs qui ont un horizon assez court, puis d'autres qui investissent plus à long terme.
Hi, and guess who I bumped into? Susan Reed. She's one of the organizers of the CATA WIT networking event. We met her back in November when they had their first luncheon, and we're here to see her again. It's nice to see you, Susan.
Nice to see you too.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with us again. Could you talk to us a bit about CATA WIT and fill us in a bit more on the details and the role it plays for women in technology?
Yeah, absolutely. So CATA WIT is a group that has a target and members of women in technology here in Montreal. And basically we do networking events, professional development, and mentoring.
And about today's symposium, speak to us about its focus and the quality of people who are attending. I saw some great names and organizations represented out there.
We're extremely happy with the turnout for our symposium on entrepreneurship, and the focus, of course, is to help women entrepreneurs who are starting their companies or who have a company and are taking it to the next step by providing them with a number of information about business plans, how the companies can be structured at the different phases of their development, and financing. We have some great participants, a number of them with a lot of experience and huge potential.
You just mentioned financing, and you have a background from the VC sector. Could you share with us some of your best advice for women, or in fact any entrepreneur who's going out there to look for financing, whether it be VC, angel, or other backed monies?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to clarify, my background is as a VC investor, but I have even more experience as an executive recruiter and HR specialist building teams, especially in venture-backed companies. And it really comes down to a few key elements in being successful when you start up your company. One is you need to have a product that somebody is willing to pay for and that really needs it. So it's meeting a very key need within a market that is big enough to be able to sustain and grow your company. So once you've done that, once you've identified that need, you need to do really very good research on the market to understand who else is out there meeting that need, what your competition is your market growing or getting smaller. You also, of course, need to build an appropriate team who can deliver on those promises. You have to develop relationships with customers, and you need to start with 1 or 2 alpha or beta customers, and deliver on your promises.
Do you find that it's easier or tougher for women than men to do all of this? Or is it just depends on the person?
It probably is tougher for a woman to raise financing, for example. So yes, there are some challenges.
And how can we get the CATA WIT word out to more people? How can we get more women involved?
We
or men too, because there are men in the
yes,
other women.
absolutely, and we're happy to see
them.
we're happy to see men, and
right.
it's strange to see men in the minority
right.
in an event like this. Well, we're reaching out to them in a number of ways, and thank you for your help, in that objective by joining us here. But we're all trying to network and talk to as many women as we know in the tech sector, and invite them to come to our upcoming events. They can visit our website, which is catawit.ca, WIT, Women in Technology, and subscribe to our newsletter.
Well, you are certainly involved in some exciting initiatives, so we look forward to the future networking events, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much, Susan.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. Hi, I'm here with John Reed, President of CATA, and we're here at the event, and I've got some few key questions for him. So, John, welcome, and thanks for taking the time to meet with us. Now, you told me that there's an interesting story about how CATA's WIT Women in Technology was launched, and now I'm really curious. How was it launched?
Well, you believe in best practices.
Yes.
And as does CATA. As a matter of fact, the best way to create value is to look what others are doing very well. So in the case of WIT, Women in Technology, we actually modeled this off of a group called Springboard, which is a very successful women in tech network in the US. We did events with them in Canada, and as a result of that, we learned about best practices. And after 3 years, we had some of the women leadership take those best practices and create this new CATA WIT network. So that really is learning from others, and really shows the importance of looking outwards in order to figure out what you can really do well in Canada.
Right. And you have groups of WIT throughout Canada, I believe?
That's correct.
How are they doing, and how many are there?
Well, we have a national organization,
Right.
but since everything is very community-based, you really take the key cities. And in each city, you have these caucuses of women leaders who are trying to figure out how they can advance their careers, how they can grow new businesses, how they can strike that balance between work and personal life.
And how does WIT help these women in addition to these events? Are there programs or activities that can help launch their ideas forward and make their mark within technology?
Well, relationship management is so important, as is trust. So within the network, you get to know people and trust them. That's very important in terms of understanding how you can tap into resources. There's also, within WIT, there is a platform to advocate. So it's a way that people can coalesce, combine ideas, be one voice. So that really strengthens the voice of women in technology. There's also more formal mechanisms to create mentorship. Basically, there's a structure. And it's not highly structured because I don't think people like to breathe, certainly entrepreneurs.
Right.
But it allows the women entrepreneurs to get leverage. And that's really what CATA is all about. We're providing resources that allows these different communities to leverage their voice and be heard.
And how does CATA WIT look towards the future with women in technology? Are there any projects in plan that you can speak to us about?
Well, there's ongoing research looking at the obstacles to the advancement of your career or what you do in certain situations within a company to resolve problems. So research is quite fundamental. There's also the mentorship network. What sort of tools can you use that can bring people together more easily? It's not only you and I talking, but how can you use outreach electronically to bring in those mentors from anywhere in the world so that you have best insight into how to solve problems. And that really is, you use technology to advance technology, and you work with people you trust.
But what about financing? Now, we heard from one of our speakers that financing is a big challenge for many startups, as it is, and that a smaller percentage of women gain financing than men. Is there any type of mentorship or guidance given in that area to help women move forward?
Well, first of all, it's a reality. And what's happening today, we hear some of the women entrepreneurs talking about their business startups. It's always good to hear things as they are. And one of the solutions was tag teaming with a male CTO, CFO when you make the presentations. So make things transparent and clear, and then try to work with the different organizations that fund businesses to change their cultures, to change their ideas. So sometimes it's a slow process,
Right.
but if the banks have a better understanding of risks, if the governments have a better understanding of risks, then really everyone does better. And that's the responsibility of women in technology, it's the responsibility of men in technology. You have to have investors feel more comfortable about the sector.
Well, it's been very interesting speaking with you, John. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll look forward to hearing more about WIT in the months and years to come.
Well, it was great to be here.
Thank you.
Good.